Travel, thanks. And you know what? It's going to be dry. You can stop at Frisch's and get an extra pumpkin pie. Yeah, it's one of the best pies in the tri-state. And it's right at our very own Frisch's restaurants. And our Denise Johnson is live inside their commissary, which is over in Walnut Hill. She's got her hairnet on, and she's seeing how they make this delicacy for the tri-state. Hey, Denise.
Well, good morning, Frank. Yeah, this is actually really interesting because living in Cincinnati all my life, I never really thought about where the food comes from at Frisch's, especially the pies. And I'm looking in here. Check this out. Look at the large lard they've got in there. That's the lard that they have to use to make the pie crust, you know. It's kind of, I guess, the glue that kind of holds it together. It kind of doesn't look very good when it's in there in big chunks. Looks like cream cheese.
Yeah, just natural ingredients, real lard, flour, butter. I mean, it's the real deal. So.
Yeah. Well, this is Greg Grisanti, and you are basically the master chef, or I mean, really, you're the director of culinary, so you're in charge of making sure these things all taste good.
Yep, absolutely. We make it fresh every day, and we keep consistency. That's the name of the game.
And a lot of this stuff, I mean, it's handmade. I mean, we were just watching these guys. Look at this. This is basically a mixer, right?
Yeah, it's a giant mixer, and this is where we mix the pie crust. And then once it mixes for a certain amount of time, then we put it in and form the pucks, and then that gets formed into the dough pie shell.
Okay, because I was going to say, so basically they're mixing the dough, and then they're going to dump. You just bring the big old bowl. Look at the size of this thing. Look at this. I mean, that's a lot of dough.
That's right. It's a lot of dough, and Bob's been with us a long time. He knows what he's doing, and he puts it in the unifiller. And then it gets pressed out into the dough pieces, and then it gets made into these beautiful.
We're gonna walk. You're jumping way ahead of me. Look at that. Yeah, that's what it actually ends up making. I'm going to talk to Bob over here. Hey, Bob, are you allowed to slow down for 1 minute? This is not. I mean, this is a pretty busy job. You got to stay on top of it at this time of year, right?
Yeah. Continuous.
Continuous? Am I slowing you down, keeping you? Because they were.
It's full.
I was going to say, but it's full. How do you keep it from falling off the top?
Well, it's kind of sticky.
It's kind of sticky?
Yeah, you know how dough is.
I do know how dough is. So basically, he's filling the whatever. It looks like a funnel.
It's called a V-mag.
Okay.
And then it squishes out the dough pucks, we call them. And then Donnie here presses one dough puck per pan. And then it goes out the end, and then it gets loaded right onto the pan, and then it goes right to our ovens.
And she's over there having to catch those pie shells. I offered to do this job, but they were afraid I'd mess it all up. So
you don't want them to fall on the floor. You got to be quick.
Well, I was going to say, and it's not necessarily something you want to eat when it's raw, is the empty pie shell.
No, you got to bake it. You know, we bake them fresh, so. She's loading up the pans, and then we'll go in the oven room where they put the filling actually in, and we make the filling right over here, but you'll be able to see it when it's made.
Now, how many people do you have to they're working 24/7 right now so that we can get our pumpkin pies?
That's right. In this room, we have about a dozen people working right now. In the whole plant, we have about 80 people total.
Well,
so it's a very efficient operation.
It certainly looks like it's very efficient, and a lot of it's all handmade. I mean, you've got machines, but there again, it's just handcrafted. So, Frank, I'll tell you what, we are going to figure out how they put it all together and mix up the batter and everything else, and I don't know, maybe, just maybe, they'll let me do something. They've not yet. They're afraid. You told me I could eat one, though, Frank.
That's what I was going to say. All you need to do is eat it, and wait till you see where they actually bake them. It smells so good. Thanks, Denise. Appreciate it. Yeah, just eat them.